he's doing this time of year, released his mock draft 3.0 yesterday. Third ideation of this. Here's a look. Bryce Young moves up to the top spot. The Carolina Panthers, they did the same, took it from the Bears in exchange for a couple of guys, and there they are. Now they are in the driver's seat, which means C.J. Stroud, then he has going to the Texans. They are also in need of a quarterback. Cardinals, they're in need of a lot. You're looking at an unbelievable edge rusher in Will Anderson and so on and so forth. The one that really catches our eye is that quarterback going to the Colts, Anthony Richardson, coming out at 4. Here's what you're looking at in 11 through 20. Jordan Addison, we just got done talking about him out of USC yesterday, had his pro day going out west to the Seahawks. And then running back Bijan Robinson to the Patriots at 14. They just had Damian Harris go on to the Bills, so they're in need of a running back spot. And as we move on, Tom Pelissero, who jumps out on this list, this part of the list?
There are so many.
Yeah.
As I go down the list here, but let's talk about Zay Flowers out of Boston College to the Chargers. This is a homer pick by me because I went to BC. I met Zay. He's a great young kid, unbelievable player who a lot of people didn't get to see because BC had a little bit of a tough year, playing a lot of freshmen this year. But imagine adding Zay Flowers, who is a pure speed, space, playmaker type of guy, to all those big receivers that they got with the Chargers, whether it's Keenan Allen or Mike Williams, you know, go down the list. If you add a pure speed threat like that with Justin Herbert as the quarterback, with Josh Palmer there as well, I have all these visions of what that could look like. Kellen Moore's going to be running it. You know he's going to want to spread it out. He's going to want to throw the football. I just think that's a fascinating fit. I don't think Zay personally is there at 20. I just think he's too talented, and there's too big of a drop-off from, like, that elite group that a lot of people look at from, like, 3 guys on defense to the rest of them. But if he were there for the Chargers, I think it's an intriguing
Well, maybe go get him.
You can look at the entire mock draft list at NFL.com/Jeremiah. Kyle, what jumped out to you on that list?
Well, I think, first of all, speaking of DJ's mocks, I looked at last year's mock. And, you know, it's interesting when you look at where the quarterbacks fall in this year's. Last year, DJ, in his final mock draft, nailed Kenny Pickett to the Steelers, which is impressive, difficult to do. It's a weird draft. He had Malik Willis going to the Lions at 32, which was kind of off because Malik Willis fell all the way to 32. But, again, it was a weird draft. I think some of the things that blew our hair back earlier in the show is the Will Levis thing. Yeah. So can we bring that up? Will Levis going to Tampa
at 19
to then compete with Baker, and then we've been hearing that they just love Kyle Trask, and I'm sure they do. But 19th overall pick, right there on the bottom right of your screen. So the Baker thing is just a stopover, and like is that your bridge quarterback? Is that your mentor? That seems like a weird fit. DJ knows all these things, and I don't doubt him for a second, but I actually kind of doubt him. I don't know if Jason Light goes for Will Levis and a guy who I don't know if he's going to play right away. So you're doing a 1-year Baker post-Brady and then Levis, and then Trash just trade him or cut him, or he's out. It's a strange pick, but maybe he knows. Maybe he's right.
Yeah. As much as we've talked about these top 4 quarterbacks in the draft, to think, all right, Will Levis is going to fall all the way to them at 19. Maybe it's a thing of like, wow, we didn't expect him to be here, and now we can get a quarterback that we think could be the franchise quarterback. But Baker's personality, him being a bridge quarterback, I don't really know if that's the way to go. As I look at that list, I look at Kalijah Kancey, and we had him on the show yesterday, and DJ has him going to the Detroit Lions. And I think, obviously, with Campbell there and everything that they've been able to kind of build over the last few years, something Kalijah Kancey said on our show yesterday really struck me, and him going to the Lions just looks like it would make sense. Listen to what Kancey had to say yesterday.
NFL GMs should select Kalijah Kancey in the first round because I'm nice off the field, but I'm nasty on the field.
That's the best pitch ever.
When you hear something like that, I'm nice off the field, but I'm nasty on the field. Does that not sound like a Dan Campbell quote, that he's not standing in front of his team during the hard knocks throughout training camp, and he's like, fellas, men, we're off the field, we can be nice to everybody. Everybody in the building. When we get on the field, we're nasty. We're nasty in every asset of the game. That sounds like it's a perfect match for him to get there. And then you add him, his interior ability to pass rush, the swim moves, everything that he did at the University of Pittsburgh, winning ACC Defensive Player of the Year. Add him to the mix with Aiden Hutchinson, who was great last year, an unbelievable player, almost won Rookie of the Year, lost out to Sauce Gardner. And then you look on the other side of him and you look at James Houston, who came out of nowhere to have 8 sacks last season for the Detroit Lions. If you can add that nasty in the middle of that defense, I think they've already revamped the secondary through free agency and will make the Lions serious contenders. So I would love that pick for them.
It would be really cool to see him go to a team like that, just bolster their defense. The defensive guys coming out of this draft are unbelievable.
Yeah.
The speed, the size, they're made in the lab, you asked him yesterday. And the rules have changed over time because the defensive guys are powerful, they're quick, and they get after quarterbacks and they hurt them. And if you have a small frame, it's not good. But if you're Anthony Richardson and you are built the way you are a quarterback, I do not know where you are going. I don't care who you are playing for, but I will be watching you, as will everybody else, because at the Combine, this young man, who is a one-year full-time starter for the University of Florida, he has started 13 games at college. Not a huge sample size. The mystery and the enigma that goes behind this quarterback at this size and this shape and what we think is his skill set is something that everybody, when it was like a movie star walking around the Combine in Indianapolis, it's because you kind of know what C.J. Stroud is about, and he's up there telling you what he's like. You don't really know what Bryce Young is yet at the pro level, but you have an idea because he's coming out of Alabama.
Yeah.
What do we have with Anthony Richardson? And he is going number 4 overall to the Indianapolis Colts. I spoke with one scout from the Lions, actually, who scouted Richardson a lot. He was like, we just don't know what's between the helmet. We don't know what he is going to do when he gets up to the line, when he's in the huddle, when he's talking to guys. And you don't know that until he's doing it. It is so interesting to watch this unfold because the movement, I mean, he may have started down in the 20s, and then all of a sudden he's at 11. Oh, who's that guy? Now he's at 4? Now, I mean, because some people look at him as like he's got to get somewhere and he's got to be worked on. It would be best if he learned under somebody. 4. You're not going to let the number 4 overall pick sit behind a guy.
It's just wild because Anthony Richardson, in his career, he's a 54% passer, 24 career touchdown passes, 15 interceptions. He has all the traits, every trait that the scouts are looking for physically. Quarterback is generally not a traits position. You're looking for the productivity. There's a lot of teams that have a baseline. We want you to have at least 20 starts. We want you to have this level of production. He doesn't have any of it. You're just taking this really raw ball of clay and thinking we can mold him into something here. This process, the interviews, not just the testing. We knew he was going to test off the charts, but talking with teams and talking football, that's going to be a big part of it here because, you know, you compare him to Patrick Mahomes. I've seen some of that. Patrick Mahomes threw like 100 touchdown passes at Texas Tech. They're running the air raid. He's throwing it all over. And he was really sharp in terms of he knew a lot more football than people thought coming out of that offense. What does Anthony Richardson know? Is there more in there that you can unlock? It's such a complicated question because this is not let's take him in the second, third round. No, also we're talking about him in the top 5 in DJ's mock draft. Can you take a guy who's never produced?
The most interesting part about the Cardinals are sitting at 3. And if the meteoric thing happens for Richardson, and you're like, we want him, then the Cardinals could just be like, sure, come up and get him. We're going to stick with Kyler. We got our guy. Trade for the 3 pick. As we get closer to the draft, the price will go higher and higher. The biggest benefactor of the Anthony Richardson hype must be whoever is going to be running the Cardinals moving forward, because you just like, come and pay for him. You can have him. We're not taking him. Who wants him?
Leapfrog the Colts, leapfrog the Seahawks, get up to number 3. That's going to be the new pivot point in the draft, very likely. And this is all going to play out here leading up to draft day, and part of it might depend on draft night who goes 1, who goes 2.
I know.